Korea came to Pennsylvania and asked our sisters, wouldn't they come all the way to South Korea, because there were no people working with the poor in farm area in the tip of South Korea. And we thought of ourselves as Americans, but Elizabeth thought of herself as a citizen of the world. Anywhere we would have gone. And so we sent 4 sisters out of many volunteers to South Korea. They went and inserted themselves with the people. Some of you are come to this country as immigrants, and you know how hard it is to let go of what you're used to in your homeland in order to fit in this American culture. Just so, those sisters let go of American culture to become Korean. And they began a school which very soon had 500 students. Many of them had no faith. Some were Christian. Very few were Catholic. Some were Buddhist. But again, the sisters lived the message of Jesus' love, and that's what attracted people to enter. So today we have about 200 native Korean sisters, and that's a lot more than we have of the American sisters. And the work that they do in Korea, I've been to visit 4 times, have not been stationed there. They are referred to as Seton Sisters of Love, because the people see them as willing to work with the poor, and that makes them very lovable. They teach preschool up through university, but they have special gifts for children with Asperger's or the autism spectrum. I'm not sure why they're so gifted, but they have that gift. And they also have a home for runaway teenagers, a place for safety for women victims of domestic violence, a home for those who came from other countries to marry Korean farmers and discovered it didn't work and they needed to escape. So we have study halls for students and work on trying to help North Korea and South Korea be at peace. So you almost have to see them at work to understand what a gift it is for them to be there. And while busy there, the Chinese contacted the sisters to say, you have a gift to work with special needs children, and we need that in China. So you can't come looking like nuns, no black habits, no veils or bonnets. You can come, but you can't talk religion. Well, there's many ways to be religious, not just talk about it. And so the 4 sisters that work in China are doing a wonderful job with parents and children who have Asperger's and are on the autism spectrum. The Korean sisters also had an invitation to go to Ecuador, Pedro Carbo, Ecuador, which is a poor area in that country. And they have a school that's flourishing. Their children have multiple handicaps, deafness, blindness, cerebral palsy, and again, those with autism and Asperger's. So they work with lay staff, people like yourselves, men and women, who are trained, and they have a wonderful school, and I did get to spend a couple of weeks working with them. They also discovered that the small hospital nearby had a very awful rate of mothers dying in childbirth because they hadn't had prenatal care, and children dying because the staff were not up to do the things needed for a sick child. So we've enlarged the hospital. Fortunately, the death of pregnant women and of newborns has gone way down since the sisters are there. So that's just a very quick summary of what we're doing in Korea, China, and Ecuador. But the work is valuable, and we need help. We don't bring those sisters home to ask for your help because we would waste a lot of money that we could use directly in ministry. So I want you to do 3 things for me if you can. First, pray for all missionaries. Bishop Sweeney was nice enough to invite us to come here. But there are other sisters, other communities of brothers and priests and lay missionaries who didn't get a chance to come. But you know, many of you, looking at you, what the personal cost is to leave your homeland to serve others. You've come to help us in the U.S. But other missionaries are going to other countries in Latin America, in Africa, in China, in Korea. So please pray for them. It is not an easy life to give up what you love and what's comfortable. And secondly, I do the shopping, so I know how expensive it is to buy just ordinary food, let alone special fruits and vegetables. So if you can offer any financial support, nothing is too small. 25 cents, a lot of people gave 25 cents, that would be a big help. Anybody having a lot of money you don't know what to do with, that would help too, but that's not my request. Whatever we receive, we'll put to good use. And thirdly, many of you look pretty young to me,